Eviction day on Frankfurt Avenue to me was actually really surreal. To be able to walk underneath there with no one there was no tents, there was no sign of life other than the city and the officials and the people who were there cleaning up.
Everybody voluntarily left. We didn't have to force anybody out. They all left by themselves. A couple went to shelter, a couple went over to the next encampment, and a couple just scattered into the neighborhood. So.
When you're down here almost every day for so many months, and this is a community, and all of a sudden you come down and there's nothing here, it hits you a little bit, you know? It makes you think, where are they all gonna be tonight? So, and I wish I had the answers. I wish somebody had the answers to that. I'm not quite sure they have the answers to where they're gonna be tonight. Everything that was going through my mind that day of the eviction at Frankfurt, heading over to Emerald, just everything that I experienced, to be able to see Eric at that point in time, my jaw dropped. I was a little confused. I knew right away that it wasn't a positive reason that we were seeing him there.
They found K2 on my roommate. He was throwing it out. We found it. We were throwing it out because we didn't want to deal with him. And they walked in, and he handed it to her, and they threw us both out. All that work I did for nothing.
Eric being kicked out of his rehab, I could say I'm angry, yes. I'm angry when things like that happen. I'm angry at the system. I'm angry maybe at the person because of maybe what would have led them to that point. Is it proper Cabana style? Here's one blanket for now. You guys share with that, and I will get it back up. Okay. I can't just stop caring or giving to somebody in need because I'm disappointed or I'm frustrated. The last time you looked in their eyes, you saw happiness and you saw joy and you saw a different person. And then to look in their eyes this time and to see somebody who was scared, who was confused. When I found out that Eric had taken ill and ended up in the hospital.
There he is.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good.
Good. I was concerned because I knew that he was back on the streets. That's not a place for anybody to be ill. So what's going on?
I'm in the hospital. I got an infection in my buttocks and close to my spine.
His health wasn't the best prior to him leaving the streets the first time. So you went back and were using the K2 was what really brought this whole thing, like the whole house of cards down.
Well, loyalty to my homeboy is what brought the whole house of cards down, really.
What did you get out of that? What do you think about that? Like that loyalty to this world?
Listen, man, loyalty to a fault. I'm a
Leo.
Leo.
To a fault. And that's a good thing, and I get it.
I'm actually a Leo Scorpio, and Poppy's my flower.
It's a heck of a flower.
Right?
Yeah. But you know, I look at it because like I used to be that person. Like I always wanted to really be there for everybody and appease everybody and make sure everybody was cohesive, and that's very common for even myself. It's so easy for me to help all my friends, help anybody who needs it, and then I always tend to like neglect myself.
Right.
And I kept ending up in the same vicious cycle. It was almost like insanity,
right.
You know, repeating. You're such a good person, you are good-hearted, but what's it gonna take for you to do for you so you don't keep going into this vicious cycle?
I figured if I really, really want to help people, then I gotta get me through this and together so I can help people.
You can't help anybody until you help yourself first. That's that old adage that everybody knows, and I'm glad to hear you say it. I hope you do it because you deserve it.
Words are words, actions are actions.
But you deserve it though, don't you?
Clearing encampments and meeting your short-term goals. To date, We've cleared the Frankfurt Avenue encampment and helped individuals residing in the Navigation Center to create housing plans. We've started outreach to clear Emerald Street encampment.
It's really interesting to see how the city has changed wheels a little bit from the last evictions. I believe that they've learned. I believe that they stepped up their outreach a little bit. I don't believe that they've done everything to 100% level.
I just want to thank everyone for all your hard work and your patience. This has been perhaps one of the most seemingly overwhelming crises that the city has ever faced.
Mayor Kenny seems to really want to get this crisis under control. He's doing the best, I believe, he can at this stage with what he's working with.
These are all human beings, despite their addiction, despite what they're sometimes putting the neighborhood through. I'm a strong belief that everyone can find their way back, and there's no throwaway people.
One thing we're still lacking is beds. There aren't enough beds in this city to cover the Frankfurt Avenue encampment, let alone once they get to Emerald.
Thank you, Mayor. We are opening up for any questions that anyone may have in the audience.
Thanks. My name is Britt Carpenter. At the last meeting, it was presented, Councilman Squillo, you had asked about the order being put in for January 15th, and you addressed it to Liz Hirsch. And at that point in time, her response was, where are we going to put them? We don't have any beds. If you find us beds, we could do this. Now you're saying there are the orders in for the end of January. What has changed since then?
So I think we have been able to identify a number of beds, winter beds that have come online. Our teams have been at work diligently to address that very issue. So it is about looking at current resources, redeploying resources, and I think we are close to identifying that navigation center that we hopefully will have open by the end of January as well.
Thank you.
I'm glad that you're here, Mayor Kenny. I want to go back to the comprehensive user engagement, safe injection sites.
Mayor Kenny needs to understand that it can't be a quick fix. It's going to take 6 months and then reevaluate where we are in this process.
However, as you know, we've lost over 1,200 people last year and the year before, and 900 the year before that. So it's in the discussion phase with a group of people who have an interest in saving people's lives. That's where we're at right now.
Thank you, Ross. We
thank you.
We have one last person. Thank you for waiting so patiently.
My question is this.
Being able to return to visit Kelly in her new apartment was really a great feeling, knowing how difficult it's been for her to get off the streets and into housing. I'm thrilled. I'm ecstatic. A friend of mine left this for you. I've had people reach out to me and ask what she needed, and I had somebody bring a wrapped Christmas gift over for her, and to see her face light up, to see that there was people out there who cared that she didn't even know, makes it all worthwhile. So, how's it been going?
It's going. It's an adjustment in a lot of ways. It's very quiet in here.
Yeah.
Which is quite different than the, having to scream at a person that's as close as you are.
Or the traffic passing by, or
right,
people beeping. And
oh my God, the people beeping.
How are you adjusting to the quiet?
I could go the rest of my life without ever hearing a car horn.
So you started the methadone clinic end of November, your Thanksgiving?
Yeah, exactly.
How are you feeling?
I feel all right. It's a little frustrating. Like I missed like every couple days I missed a day, which screws with them bringing your dose up.
Are you still using while on methadone?
Yes.
You are. What's the reasoning behind that for you?
Just to feel normal.
Okay.
I'm not going out to get high. I'll sit there and wait until I'm not feeling good before I don't just go get it to have it on hand just in case.
What do you think it's going to take for you to not have to go and use or go to pick something up and just continue with the methadone and work on your wellness that way?
More stable dose.
What's the best thing about living on your own?
None of the assholes that I lived under that bridge with.
Can I tell you?
I don't hear my name every 30 seconds.
But can I tell you something? That was one of the things that was keeping you there for a while.
Yeah, I know.
I
like, you know, couldn't stop mothering them all.
What do you want for Kelly in 6 months? Big difference. What do you want for yourself? Your long term there?
It's more like coping skills. Because I just always got high. If I was happy, I got high. If I was sad, I got high. If I was mad, I got high.
You were masking.
That was how I dealt with everything. When emotions, you know, small things, whatever, I can handle that. But when it was something that was an intense emotion, it was a reason to get high.
Well, guess what? I'm really glad you are where you are, because you deserve it. You've taken care of so many other people that it's time to take care of yourself, and I'm loving this.
Me too.
I love you. You're just amazing. You know that? Look at you smile.
My toothless Kento smile.
Give you a hug. You make me laugh. Stay with it.
I will.
All right?
I will.
The mess that has been created here over the years is going to take a lot more time to clean up. We need more people who have a voice in our community and in our society, and more people to speak up, and more people to spread awareness. We need to focus on working to save lives, and that's going to take time. I believe that our work is just getting started.